Saucy Santana, the rapper with the larger-than-life personality and undeniable charisma, was once inseparable from Diddy's world, partying with the mogul, chilling with Young Miami, and living the kind of life most artists only dream of. But now, he's acting like the Combs family is a distant memory. Why the sudden ghosting? The streets are buzzing with rumors, and they're not just about clashing schedules or faded friendships. Whispers of wild parties, jaw-dropping secrets, and even Diddy's own mama, Janice Combs, are swirling in the mix. Some say Santana saw something so wild it made him run for the hills. Others claim a former friend spilling tea so spicy it could burn down Hollywood. Grab your popcorn, because this story's about to take you on a roller coaster through hip-hop's shadiest corners. Let's dive into the mess and figure out what's really going on with Saucy Santana and Diddy's empire. Santana's no stranger to the spotlight, from his viral TikTok hits to collabs with major players. He's built a name as the unapologetic, high-energy rapper who's always got something to say. But when it comes to Diddy, he's been suspiciously quiet lately. The man who once called Diddy fun in a live stream is now keeping his distance, and fans are picking up on it. Was it the fallout from Diddy's explosive 2024 trial? Or is there something deeper? Something involving betrayals, secret parties, and maybe even Mama Combs herself? The internet's been lit up with speculation, and one name keeps popping up. Big Mama Latto, aka Latto, Santana's former bestie who's dropping claims that have everyone's jaws on the floor. But before we get to her tea, let's start at the beginning. How Santana even got tangled up in Diddy's world. Trust me, this is just the warm-up for a story that gets wilder by the minute. To understand this drama, we need to rewind to Saucy Santana's rise. Born Rashad Spain in Bridgeport, Connecticut, Santana moved to Miami as a teen and started making waves as a makeup artist before music took over. His breakout hit Walk 'Em Like a Dog in 2019 blew up on social media, and soon he was dropping bangers like Material Girl and Booty with Latto. But it wasn't just his music that got him noticed. It was his larger-than-life personality. Santana's bold, unfiltered vibe made him a fan favorite, and his friendship with Young Miami, half of City Girls, put him on the map in a big way. Miami was his ride or die, hyping him up on socials, bringing him into her world, and introducing him to none other than Sean Diddy Combs. Diddy, the hip-hop mogul behind Bad Boy Records, was at the peak of his influence when Santana entered his orbit. Known for hits like I'll Be Missing You and a business empire spanning music, fashion, and vodka, Diddy was the ultimate power player. He dated Young Miami on and off from 2021 to 2023, and through her, Santana got a front-row seat to the high life. Pictures from the time show them at star-studded events, laughing it up at Diddy's legendary parties, and vibing like they were untouchable. In a July 2025 livestream, Santana even admitted he misses Diddy, saying, "Yeah, Diddy was fun," a comment that raised eyebrows given Diddy's legal troubles. So what was it about Diddy's world that had Santana so hooked? And why'd he suddenly pull back? The answer starts with the vibe of those days. Diddy's parties weren't just events, they were the stuff of legend. A-listers, models, and industry insiders flocked to his mansions in Miami, LA, and the Hamptons for nights filled with music, champagne, and, according to some, a whole lot more. Santana, with his infectious energy, fit right in. He was often spotted with Miami, Diddy, and other heavyweights soaking up the glamour. But behind the scenes, things weren't all glitz. Rumors started swirling that Diddy's inner circle wasn't just about fun. It was a web of secrets, power plays, and questionable dealings. Some say Young Miami played a role in pulling Santana deeper into this world, maybe even pushing him into situations he wasn't ready for. Santana's hinted at this himself, saying things got uncomfortable fast, though he's never spilled the full tea. What we do know is that Santana and Miami's friendship hit a rough patch around the time Diddy's legal drama went public. Fans noticed they weren't posting together as much, and the once constant collabs slowed to a trickle. Was it just growing pains, or was something bigger at play? Some speculate Miami tried to set Santana up with Diddy in ways that crossed lines. Rumors that got louder when another player entered the chat, Latto. Before we get to her explosive claims, though, we need to talk about the storm that hit Diddy's empire and changed everything for those around him, including Santana. In 2024, Sean Diddy Combs went from untouchable mogul to the center of a legal firestorm. It all kicked off when his ex, Cassandra Cassie Ventura, filed a bombshell lawsuit in November 2023, accusing him of a decade of abuse, sexual coercion, and something called Freakoffs, drug-fueled parties where women were allegedly forced into sex acts with male escorts while Diddy watched and filmed. The lawsuit painted a dark picture of Diddy's world, alleging he used his power to manipulate and silence women. Then, in March 2024, federal agents raided his Miami and LA homes, seizing evidence like 1,000 bottles of baby oil and narcotics, which prosecutors linked to these freak-offs. By September, Diddy was arrested and charged with racketeering conspiracy, sex trafficking, and transportation for prostitution. The trial, which ran from May to July 2025, was a media circus. Cassie testified about years of violence, including a 2016 hotel assault caught on video, where Diddy was seen attacking her. Another woman, known as Jane, described similar experiences, alleging Diddy coerced her into these marathon sex sessions. Prosecutors claimed Diddy ran a criminal enterprise, using his employees to arrange these events and cover his tracks. Diddy's defense, led by attorney Mark Agnifilo, didn't deny his violent outbursts but argued they didn't amount to trafficking or racketeering. "It's a great modern love story," Agnifilo said of Diddy and Cassie's relationship, framing it as intense but consensual. On July 2, 2025, the jury delivered a split verdict. Diddy was acquitted of the big charges, racketeering and sex trafficking, but found guilty on 2 counts of transportation for prostitution, facing up to 20 years in prison. Sentencing was set for October 3rd, but a hearing on July 8th discussed possibly moving it earlier. The judge denied bail, citing Diddy's dangerous temper and history of violence, keeping him locked up in Brooklyn's Metropolitan Detention Center. Outside the courthouse, fans chanted, "Free Puff," while his family, including Janice Combs, stood by him. This trial didn't just shake Diddy's world. It put everyone close to him under a microscope, including Santana. His name kept popping up in whispers, not as a victim, but as someone who might have been at these parties. Was he just a guest? Or did he see something that made him step back? The trial brought old rumors back to life, like claims from Diddy's former bodyguard Gene Deal about a shady party culture tied to the Combs family. And then out of nowhere, Latto dropped a bomb that took this drama to a whole new level. Let's talk about what she's saying and why it's got everyone talking. Young Miami, real name Karesha Brownlee, was Diddy's on and off girlfriend from 2021 to 2023, and her connection to him put her in the hot seat when the allegations dropped. As half of City Girls, she's known for her bold rhymes and no-nonsense attitude, but her silence on Diddy's legal issues raised eyebrows. On her podcast, Karesha Please, with Santana by her side, she finally spoke up in 2025 saying, "I can't speak on these allegations because I wasn't around at the time. That wasn't my experience." Santana backed her up, saying people were mad at her for telling her truth, but the internet wasn't buying it. Fans wondered, how could she not know something about Diddy's world? Rumors started swirling that Miami's relationship with Diddy caused a rift with Santana. Some say she tried to pull him into situations he wasn't comfortable with, maybe even pushing him toward Diddy in ways that felt off. Santana's hinted at this, saying on a podcast that things got weird and uncomfortable fast. There's no hard proof, but the timing's suspicious. Around 2023, when Miami and Diddy were still a thing, her posts with Santana dried up. No more collabs, no more bestie vibes, just silence. Fans noticed, and the speculation grew louder when a lawsuit filed by a Jane Doe in 2024 claimed Miami pressured her to get an abortion after a pregnancy tied to Diddy. Could Miami have been playing a bigger role in Diddy's world than she's letting on? Santana's loyalty to Miami is clear. He's defended her publicly, even as the Diddy drama escalated. But there's tension there, and it's not just about Diddy. Enter Latto, who's got her own history with Santana and isn't afraid to air it out. The question is, did Miami's ties to Diddy push Santana away, or was it something else entirely? The next piece of this puzzle takes us to a falling out that's got the internet buzzing and a set of claims so wild they're hard to ignore. Latto and Saucy Santana were once the ultimate duo. Their 2022 track Booty was a banger, and their social media banter gave off bestie energy for days. They were hyping each other up, doing interviews together, and clowning like they'd be tight forever. But then things went left. It started with a messy moment on tour when Santana snapped at Latto's DJ during a performance, claiming it was over a prank. He later admitted he didn't even know it was a prank at the time, saying, "I don't play when it comes to rap. I want to be taken seriously." Fans weren't buying it. They saw the outburst as a sign of deeper issues. By 2025, the friendship was done and Latto wasn't holding back. She started spilling tea, claiming Santana's sudden distance from Diddy's circle wasn't just about the trial. According to her, Santana was caught up in something wild, allegedly getting cozy with none other than Janice Combs, Diddy's mom, during one of those infamous Freakoff parties. Now let's be crystal clear. These are rumors, not facts. There's no evidence to back up Latto's claims, and Santana's denied them outright, calling them corny and saying they messed with his head. But Latto's not backing down, and she's got the internet in a frenzy. Latto's allegations aren't just about Santana and Janice. She's hinting at a deeper connection between Santana and Diddy's world, suggesting he saw things that made him bolt. Could it be true? Santana's been vocal about wanting to be seen as a serious rapper, not just a personality or someone's sidekick. Was he trying to escape a reputation tied to Diddy's shady side? And why is Latto so ready to throw him under the bus? Some say it's revenge for their fallout. Others think she's just telling what she knows. Either way, her claims about Janice Combs take this drama to a whole new level, and they're not as far-fetched as they sound when you dig into Mama Combs' reputation. Janice Combs, known as Mama Combs, is more than just Diddy's mom. She's a fixture in his world, often seen at his side with her signature white nails and glamorous vibe. But rumors about her have been swirling for years, painting her as more than just a supportive parent. Diddy's former bodyguard, Gene Deal, has made bold claims, alleging Janice ran a madam operation back in the day, tied to a modeling agency that was allegedly a front for something shadier. A childhood friend, Patterson, added fuel to the fire, saying Diddy's home growing up was a non-stop party zone, with Janice at the center of wild nights filled with alcohol and questionable characters, even with kids around. These are unverified stories, but they've stuck around, especially as Diddy's trial brought his lifestyle into focus. Prosecutors alleged his employees, possibly including those close to Janice, helped set up the Freakoffs, booking hotels and stocking them with supplies. When Latto claimed Santana got cozy with Janice during Diddy's legal troubles, it didn't sound completely out of left field, not with these whispers already out there. Was Janice really a mastermind behind Diddy's party culture, or is she just a mom caught in her son's mess? And if Santana was involved with her, as Latto claims, what does that say about his role in Diddy's world? The answers might lie in the fallout between Santana and Latto, which is where this story gets even messier. The Santana-Latto beef didn't just come out of nowhere. After their tour incident, Santana started talking about wanting respect as a rapper, not just a personality. "I don't like gimmicks," he said, hinting at frustration with how people saw him. Fans caught the shade, and Latto clearly wasn't feeling it. Their friendship faded quietly. No Twitter rants, just a slow drift. But when Latto dropped her bombshell about Santana, Diddy, and Janice, it was like she'd been waiting to let it all out. Santana didn't take it lying down. In a heated podcast appearance, he denied everything, saying, "I don't play that. That's corny. Why y'all saying that about me and my best friend?" His response was raw, emotional, and a rare moment of him addressing the Diddy rumors head-on. Up until then, he'd stayed quiet, letting the speculation swirl. Latto, though, doubled down, hinting there's more to the story she hasn't shared. Is this just petty revenge for their fallout? Or does Latto know something we don't? The fact that Santana felt forced to respond suggests the pressure's getting to him. And he's not the only one talking. Industry insiders are adding their own spice to this drama. Diddy's parties have been the talk of the industry for decades. Exclusive, over the top, and according to some, straight up wild. Figures like Whack 100 and DJ Academics have hinted at events where phones were taken at the door, and what happened inside was meant to stay there. Whack 100 on a podcast dodged direct questions about Diddy but said his parties were dangerous and involved things you can't unsee. Academics echoed the vibe, suggesting there's a reason people stay quiet. Cassie's lawsuit and trial testimony backed up some of these claims, describing drug-fueled freak-offs, where Diddy allegedly coerced women into sex acts while he recorded. Santana's name keeps coming up in these stories, not as a victim, but as someone who was there. His comment about missing Diddy but staying distant raises questions. What did he see? And why is he so desperate to clear his name? Other lawsuits, like one from producer Rodney Lil Rod Jones, allege Diddy's inner circle was complicit in his lifestyle, with employees arranging travel and supplies for these events. Could Santana have been caught in this web, maybe pressured by Miami or others to play along? The industry's tight-lipped, but the whispers are getting louder, and they're pointing to a darker side of Diddy's world that Santana might have escaped just in time. So, where does this leave us? Saucy Santana went from Diddy's inner circle to keeping his distance, and the rumors are flying faster than a viral TikTok. Latto's claims about him and Janice Combs are wild, unverified, and divisive. Some fans believe her, while others think she's just stirring the pot. Young Miami's silence, Diddy's trial, and industry whispers about secret parties paint a picture of a world where power, secrets, and betrayal collide. Was Santana just a guest at Diddy's parties, or did he see something that changed everything? And what about Mama Combs? Is she the mastermind some claim, or just a mom standing by her son? With Diddy's sentencing looming in October 2025 and more lawsuits piling up, this story's far from over. Santana's trying to focus on his music, dropping tracks and staying out of the drama, but the internet's not letting it go. Every post, every comment gets dissected for clues. The streets are asking, did Santana run from Diddy's world to save his rep? Or is there a bigger secret he's keeping? Drop your thoughts in the comments. What do you think really went down? And stay tuned, because if this tea's spilling now, imagine what's still behind those locked Hollywood doors.